Welcome back to Final Score Friday, sponsored by Toyota and Reynolds Community College.
Welcome back to Final Score Friday. The cheerleaders from Armstrong joining us in studio tonight after the Wildcats earned another game with their playoff win earlier this evening. Now, we've already seen some history tonight with teams facing each other for the first time. Colonial Heights hosting a playoff game for the first time. Armstrong winning 10 games for the first time ever. And Glen Allen made some of their own history this season as well.
Yeah, under first-year head coach but former defensive coordinator Malik Sexton, the Jaguars won 9 games for the first time ever this year. That earned them just their second home game ever against a team they had never faced. The Jaguars hosting Western Branch out of the 7-5-7 tonight. Western Branch getting some good luck early. The bat snap on the Glen Allen punt. Bruins take over, led to a field goal, and they were up 3-0. But that's about it for the Bruins. Nana Utsi,
Nice
35
throw.
yards to Camden Tiller. And it's good. 7-3 as he gets his feet down inbounds. 7-3 Jaguars second quarter. Utsi to Tiller again. This one covers 32 yards. It was 14-3. Tiller also had an interception in the first half. Utsi will find Leroy Lewis later on for another touchdown. Jaguars roll 42-9 as they advance to next week's regional semifinals.
Down to Chesterfield, where Manchester hosted Thomasdale for the third straight year in the playoffs and the fifth time in history all Lancer wins. The Knights had won their first round playoff game in 9 of the last 10 seasons. Early on, Malachi Swain to Jaden White, who puts the ball on the ground. Recovered by the Lancers, that would lead to a Parrish Toon touchdown run. Manchester up 7-0. Then Jeremiah Blakeney, a 15-yard touchdown. The Lancers are up 14-0. But the Dale defense comes up with a big play. Micah Gilchrist picks off Landon Abernathy. But the drive would stall. Manchester comes back, and a Ja'Kai Moore touchdown pushes the lead up. Lancers advance to the region finals in 6A after they knock off Thomasdale 18-7 the finals.
Staying in Chesterfield, another familiar playoff matchup. LC Bird hosting Hermitage. These two have now met 10 times in history, all of them in the postseason. Skyhawks had won 6 of the first 9 in this series and had a 7-0 lead when Hermitage's Elijah Stanton connects on a field goal that made it 7-3. But then Corey Holland puts Bird in front with a touchdown run. That made it 14-3. Ben Yannay found Andre Clark later in the first half to get this one close, but the Skyhawks would play great defense in the second half, and they hold on to win 21-11 as Bird gets another playoff win over Hermitage.
Another good matchup in Midlothian, where the Trojans faced Louisa for the first time since 1969 and tried to snap a 2-game losing streak that closed out the regular season. Third quarter, Tyler Sneed gets picked off by Aiden Shaw. That will lead to this. Caleb Brady goes up top, finds Gavin Anderson, who does the rest. A 70-yard pass. That will lead to a score. Then Midlothian would come back. Bryce Sowers, a touchdown run for the Trojans. But here comes Louisa. Brady this time to Dysere Carter for a 50-yard completion that will lead to a Layden Lee Seabury touchdown run. Louisa, the 5 seed, wins on the road 34-23.
Head coach Tom Hall had Prince George back in the postseason, but they had to travel to Roanoke to take on top-seeded William Fleming tonight. Another first-ever meeting as the Royals look for their first-ever playoff win, and they got on the board first. Jovan Miles to Rylan Ehrenfeld for the touchdown. That gave the Royals a 7-0 lead. Unfortunately, that's the last highlight we have from the Royals because it was all William Fleming from there. K'Ron Ferguson with a touchdown catch. Malachi Coleman with a TD run. Colonels win going away 30-7 over the Royals tonight. Still to come, we'll wrap up the rest of your scores from Week 12 on Final Score Friday. Stay with us.